Hello, everybody. Welcome to Chap and Slice. My name is Michael, and this is
Brandon.
And we are here to talk about the brand spanking new film, I Know What You Did Last Summer, 2025.
Wow. Yeah. A whole another shitty movie.
No, he's wrong on that. I actually really enjoyed this movie for the most part.
It wasn't really shitty, guys. I'm just fucking
It
around,
wasn't. It wasn't bad. The writing was pretty bad, but the action sequences I really did enjoy. A lot of the characters. I watch Outer Banks. Big fan of that show, so I already knew Madeline Klein's a pretty good actress, and I enjoyed her in this movie a lot. I do have a lot of opinions on this movie, as I am a much bigger fan of the original than even Brandon is. I grew up watching this movie, the original, that is, and I love the original. Do I rank it up there as one of the all-time greats? No, but I think I enjoy it more than most people. It's one of my all-time favorite horror movies. I love Julie James as a final girl. I almost put her up there with Sidney Prescott. I know that's controversial, but I love Jennifer Love Hewitt. I love Jennifer Love. But anyway, yeah. In the cast is pretty interesting. Like I said, Madeline Klein's in this. And I think she's a great actress, so she kind of carried this movie in her own way. And it was interesting. So we do see a returning Freddie Prinze Jr., who you would know from the original movie as Roy. And what happens with Roy in this movie is super controversial, and I didn't like it. It didn't pay off. Spoiler, he is one of two killers. Also, Stevie Ward, played by Sarah Pigeon, is the other killer. So the twist on that, I did not like, and it did not work, in my opinion. Takes some balls to do it, as he was a beloved character in the first two, even though he kind of already had a dark side. So it kind of makes sense a little bit in that aspect. He kind of was always sketchy. But Brandon, what do you think? What's some of your thoughts?
I don't know. Like I said, I didn't really particularly care for the original as it is. I mean, I did rank the original, or I rated the original at 5, which means when I rate a movie at 5, it just means that, I just think it's okay. I don't love it. I don't hate it. So with Roy turning bad, that didn't really affect me too much. I'm not really a big fan of this series, so I'm just gonna kind of rank it just kind of as it was as a horror movie, I guess. First of all, in the opening, I don't even really think they did anything wrong. They just, they tried to help him. It's not like the original where they just ran the dude over and just dumped his body somewhere. They actually, I mean, the dude was being an idiot, just fucking around on the street, but caused him to slit off. But
Teddy.
yeah, Teddy. So I don't really necessarily think they did anything wrong, really, besides just playing in the street.
They also didn't report the accident.
And he was just, well, that they should have done, but it was just, and then when we finally see the killer, he's just going around killing random people. I just think the killer or killers, they're just sick fucks. This isn't really a revenge story, and all it did was, just rip off of Scream. That's all these movies do now, is just rip off of Scream, which I don't think Scream does it very good themselves either. So not as of late. But I hate the whole two killers things. That's been done so many times. It's been done so many times through Scream.
Well,
now it's been done in I Know What You Did Last Summer. It was done in Kiss the Girls. I mean, it's just...
How many movies have single killers? more than the two killers, right?
This is so.
How many movies?
Actually, at this point, I don't think so. I don't think
Yes,
so. At
yes.
this point,
How many Freddy's and Jason's and Michael's where it's just them? So I can make the same argument that I got bored of the single killers too. I kind of like this idea a little bit. But for this movie, I Know What You Did Last Summer, it's always been one killer other than this fourth installment, which they kind of needed two killers in this one to throw you off the scent a little bit because it would have been obvious. But I love the action in this one. I like the look of the fisherman and the slicker. I mean, it's the same look.
It's the same.
I know, but the way he's presented in this, you can hear the boots on, on the screen. He has a bigger presence. He looks bigger in this, darker. The kills are better. I mean, the kills aren't great. This isn't Halloween Rob Zombie, esque. We do see a returning Sarah Michelle Gellar in a dream, and I do enjoy that. I love Sarah Michelle. I think she's a great actress too. So I loved her in the original. So she was cool here. That was a cool sequence. That dream sequence kind of reminded me of just the beginning where she's like dreaming in the jail. Kind of reminds me of Freddy vs. Jason a little bit, where she has that dream in the jail. But other than that, the kills are good. I mean, the cast here is not, other than Madeline Klein, much left to be desired. I do love Freddie Prinze Jr. in this. I think he's a great actor. Super talented guy. So when it's revealed he's the killer, because I am a fan of the original, kind of sucks. Kind of goes like, what the hell? Like, he was a great guy in the first two. Again, he was a little sus, but they didn't explain what was going on between him and Julie. Jennifer Love is great in this movie. She's a great actress, so she's good in anything she does. So A++ to her in this. We didn't see much of her, but it's setting up more movies with her, as there is a post-credit scene that you should stay and watch if you haven't seen this. That will set up the future installments into this franchise. So the killer reveal didn't work for me. It didn't land. It was a little bland. Roy just, I don't see it. The two killers literally have scenes in this film talking to each other about what's going on, like they're being tracked down to be killed. It makes no sense. They're like, why didn't you tell me about what happened in 1997? Stevie tells Roy. Like, obviously she had to have known, because they're walking around planning and killing people. And he goes to her, I won't allow anything bad to happen to you. It's just them two on screen. And they're like talking like they're running from the killer when they're the killers themselves. That part was really stupid. And the whole meta TikTok language in this movie was stupid.
It's just too modern.
Too modern. Teddy, I thought he was pretty funny in this movie. I did enjoy his character. Milo sucked. We do get some good action, if you know what I mean, in a certain scene, which I did enjoy. But other than that, yeah, I did enjoy the podcast girl too. I thought she was kind of cool. She brought a fresher vibe into this movie. I wish she would have stayed alive a little bit longer.
Yeah, I kind of wish that too.
Yeah, she was cool. And
I honestly think she's like the only person that could have probably saved this movie.
Yeah, she should have been. She should have. They killed her off way too quick. I would have liked to have seen her keep investigating more and more on the past murders. It really doesn't make sense for them to have even killed her. If they want, like, why would Roy kill her if his whole motive to kill was to remind people what happened in 1997?
That's what I was trying to tell you earlier. This person, or these killers, they just want to kill for the hell of it. It's like not a revenge story, and that's what this whole thing's supposed to be about.
Well, yeah, that didn't make sense to kill her, but the other people I felt
Graveyard person?
Well, they didn't want to show who was putting flowers on the grave, so that's why they killed him.
They were just going to reveal themselves anyway.
Not at that time. There's a plan. They have a plan. It's a stupid plan, but they had to see the plan through. The action is pretty good. I mean, it's your standard slasher flick. As just a slasher movie, it's not bad. But trying to think of it logically, it will give you a headache. Like, the writing sucked.
Cha.
The acting I thought was pretty good. I mean, for the most part. It's a great first time watch. It's not bad. It's not a bad movie. Like, it's not like, oh my god, this movie sucks. Like, there's no redeeming qualities. It's not Jeepers Creepers Reborn. There was, it had its own flavor. It's not better than the original. I may think it's better than the second. I still know what you did, but the killer reveals just didn't work. I don't know who else should have been the killer. Should there have been a returning Ben Willis? They fully didn't. Well, and I will always know whatever it's called.
I'll always know.
I'll always know what you did last summer.
So
He's a zombie in it, killing him. So I guess, but they're not counting that. That's not part of this franchise. So I don't know. Maybe we see him return because Julie James still gets a letter. It's not over. I don't know if that was from Stevie or Ben Willis, but yeah, like, I don't know. It's not a perfect movie. It's not a, you know, I don't know where to put it. It's like an average film. It's not. It had potential.
Is this a movie you would show to somebody? Like,
Probably if they're interested in this franchise. If you like the first, I'd say recommend watching this. It might piss you off. It kind of had me scratching my head with Roy as the killer.
is this a movie you would show to someone that's telling you that they're interested in getting into horror?
Yeah, actually,
Really?
I would. Well, there's millions of other movies I'd show them too, but this would be one. I like the look of the Fisherman. I enjoy that look. A lot of people don't like it, think it's generic. I actually think it's pretty haunting. Like I said, I love the first. It's almost like Roy being the killer in this is kind of like Dewey coming back and being Ghostface. Like, they just would never do that. And this, to me, Roy, it just doesn't land. And I don't know why he hates Julie so much. I mean, they touch on it. Trauma changes you and stuff. I guess that makes sense. But to make you a killer, I don't think that lands. And yeah, so lot left to be desired here, but I think it had a lot of potential to be great. I thought it could be a great modern slasher, but it missed the mark on a lot of things. Could have ramped up the gore. It's rated R. Come on, guys. Get a little bit more. I don't
Well,
like.
they did show the hook through the neck.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Zoom in.
But I mean, they could have ramped it up a little bit more. We've never
what's
seen like
the
a real
second?
slash with the hook.
I know.
Like, it's always
so
cutting
lame.
cutting off.
It's just lame.
The hook is such a cool kill weapon, though, too.
I'll give it that. Yeah.
When you see that thing drop, yeah. And yeah, the original is way better. It supersedes it by a lot. But, I'll say it had potential. It failed in a lot of different spots, and Stevie is still alive, the first killer, so I didn't care for her. I didn't really like her character, regardless, in this movie. The fact there was 5 of them, I would have probably preferred it to be 4, like the original, but it is what it is. 2 killers, yeah, I don't know. I would have probably preferred it just to be either Roy or Stevie versus them two. Like, I think that's stupid. We didn't really get to know their relationship either. Like, why does he care so much about her? Why is he putting changing his morals, putting his life on the line, and becoming a killer for her? Oh, they screwed up her life. Like, his life got so screwed up. Like, if something would have happened to him, I'd understand, but nothing happened to him, so I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't either. Should we get down to the ratings?
All right. I will rate this movie, I Know What You Did Last Summer, a 6.5 out of 10. Brandon?
I'm gonna give this movie a 3.
Oh!
I mean, a horror movie's supposed to be scary. This just wasn't scary. And I would have loved to have seen, Jennifer Love Hewitt a bit more involved in this movie. I felt like she, kind of was a key factor. She should have been like a key player in this. She really wasn't. I guess she just figures she's got nothing else to prove. You know, and I'm just tired of the, big reveals when they finally reveal themselves, and they're telling them their big plan and all this stuff. Like they've had all this time to do that, and they just randomly decide they just want to do this now. And I hate it when movies do that because I think it's just such a mockery of horror movies, and I find it insulting that they do that. I think a killer should just be a killer, and should just not care. It doesn't matter that you know our plan. Like they at the end they care that they know their plan. Like a killer shouldn't really care about that. A killer should just want you dead. And I don't know. It feels like too much like they're trying to film a movie. I don't like it when they look like they're trying to do a movie. They're living a movie. I don't know. I just don't like it, and it's just not the movie for me. I didn't care too much for the original as is, but yeah, Michael, what does that leave the rating at?
That will leave the Chop and Slice rating a 9.5 out of 20. So not even a 50%, unfortunately. But, guys, that will do it for I Know What You Did Last Summer review 2025. And next time, just go to the cops, please. Don't, if you do something bad, let somebody know. Because it may come back to haunt you. Alright, guys, that will wrap it up. See you guys on the next one. Peace.